I want to share with you a 5-step protocol for addressing comprehensively sleep problems in light of the many different things we've talked about already so far. So in this 5-part protocol, the very first step is always to train our clients in therapeutic relaxation techniques. I hope I've stressed that because, again, I think it's really one of the keys that's going to result in fundamental success with your clients. If you have clients who call you for stress-related conditions, medical-related conditions where they have a difficulty sleeping, emotional-related problems such as anxieties or depressions that keep them from sleeping, you're going to find that therapeutic relaxation training is a lifesaver. So I recommend, of course, including that in your inductions into hypnosis, and even after your inductions as part of direct suggestions. You can do a hypnosis induction. You can go on with your session and actually incorporate therapeutic relaxation training into your suggestive therapy component of your sessions. And as even a post-hypnotic suggestion, telling your client that you've sent them an MP3 and that they can download it and practice this each and every day between now and the next session. One of the things I don't do with my clients is I don't make a recording of my actual session with them and then send them home with a recording of today's now used hypnosis session. Rather, I give my clients recordings that are MP3s that teach specific skills. And usually they're 5 or 10 minutes long. And in a 5 or 10 minute MP3, like the one I've already provided to you, you can actually give your clients something that they will do each and every day between now and the next session to practice the skills. Relaxation MP3s, relaxation tapes, relaxation CDs, relaxation cassettes actually will do this very well between sessions. So after I train my client in relaxation, and I probably, if I'm going to do 6 sessions with them, I'm probably going to do progressive muscle relaxation or Benson's relaxation or some other form of relaxation training in each and every session as part of my hypnotic induction. If we do our job correctly, induction is the good stuff. It's not something we get through so that we get to the good stuff. And PMR is a part of that. After my induction, I'm going to go into direct suggestion. Notice, I've already pointed out a few direct suggestions, but my direct suggestions are very simple and based on their real world. At the end of the day, you'll engage in a ritual. You'll brush your teeth each night before bed, smiling in the mirror and saying to yourself, I'm a good sleeper. I am a good sleeper. I'm a good sleeper. In fact, say that with me right now in our hypnosis session. I am a good sleeper. I am a good sleeper. Fantastic. And then when you crawl into bed and your head hits the pillow, adjust for comfort and notice how good it feels to be comfortable and the difference between relaxation and stress. It feels pretty good to be in that place, doesn't it? Right? And when you close your eyes, let that be a cue to turn off mind and body and to drift into a deep and comfortable sleep. Those are all examples of direct suggestions. Other direct suggestions I might give. Before you go to bed, turn off the ambient lights in the room, the computer monitors, the phones, and the other things that send off electronic signals and lights and bother us. Other direct suggestions. You'll refrain from coffee or soda in the evening. You'll eat your meals before 6 so that when it's time to go to bed, you're done with the digestive process and can relax. Again, Herbert Benson found that digestion interferes with the body's ability to relax. So if your client's eating a snack at 9 o'clock, going to bed at 10 o'clock, it's no wonder they can't sleep. So a direct suggestion surrounding the behaviors they'll engage in that actually contribute to their sleep. Other direct suggestions. You'll turn off your phone alarm or your phone, messaging or your phone, binging that happens in the middle of the night. Other simple direct suggestions. And each night before bed, you'll take that dog out. Not only will the dog go to the bathroom, but when you come in, you'll go to the restroom also, especially if you're working with men who are over 50, so that you won't have to get up as frequently in the middle of the night to urinate, finding that you've taken care of your needs and that you can sleep well as a result. So again, these are all examples of direct suggestions. Here is a homework assignment for you. Take out a piece of paper and write down 50 direct suggestions that you could give your clients about sleep. By the way, I'll actually provide you one. I'll provide you with a PDF titled 50 Direct Suggestions, but I want you to write your own before you open up my PDF. Pretty cool, huh? After we give direct suggestions, I try to anchor sleep to environmental cues in their environment. So one of the things you've heard me say repeatedly here is this, and when your head hits your pillow, that's because it's literally anchoring in hypnosis. So in anchoring in hypnosis, we might do this. And as you relax, touch your thumb and index finger together, right? And anytime you need to bring yourself back to this state of calm that you've created, touch your thumb and index finger together. Well, we can anchor the resource state of hypnosis to what they're doing at night with the pillow. So this resource state that you've created right here of comfortable relaxation, you can bring yourself back to immediately. This is a direct suggestion tied to a cue. When your head hits the pillow, and you will find. So now what I'm actually doing is future pacing success. And you will find that you drift into a deep and natural sleep all night long. So those are, again, simple suggestions, but they're powerful, and we always want to anchor sleep cues. And when the lights go off, it'll be a signal to your body that it's okay to let go of any of the stress of the day and take time to rejuvenate and care for itself. And the result will be that you'll sleep until sunrise, feeling fantastic because of that sleep. In fact, you'll notice something. You'll notice that over the next days and weeks, and even over the next couple of months, future pacing with success, that every time your head hits the pillow, and every time you turn off the lights, you find it easier and easier to drift into a deep and natural sleep. Again, that's a direct suggestion. So we always want to future pace their success. Another way to do that, and as easily as you were in this session, finding a deep state of relaxation, you can see yourself in your bed, creating this same result, even though you're no longer in my hypnotic recliner. Being able to take the skills that you've learned here in my office into your real world, finding solutions that set aside any of the problems of yesterday because of a new pattern that you've created today. By the way, I've given you a lot of different scripting ideas. I'll also make a transcript of this particular video because I've given you several different suggestions here. And then the last element of the protocol is to rehearse sleep. Just as it is okay to spend 5 minutes in Benson's relaxation response protocol in silence, letting them simply breathe and noticing the word one and being present with them, we can rehearse sleep with them. And so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes right here in this chair to imagine as if you were easily going to sleep tonight. And over the next couple of minutes, I'll be silent as you practice self-soothing and bring yourself to that resource state of sleep. And I'll let you know when you can open your eyes and when our time is up. They say that a couple of minutes of hypnosis is like having a couple hours of nap. And so right here in this chair, before our session is over, I'll give you this time of silence to rehearse. Bring yourself to that place of being able to drift into a deep and natural sleep. Now kick back. Take 5 minutes. Just be present with them. Enjoy the time of shared relaxation. You can close your eyes as well during this time. Sharing trance space with your clients in 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. Saying to your client, and now our practice is done. And so it's time to reorient to the room, to feel the chair below you, the air in the room around you, to hear my voice, and to open your eyes, feeling awake and refreshed. But knowing that when you leave here today, you've got a strategy that can help you in every way, each and every day, to get a better and better night's sleep. Turn to your client, how does that feel? It feels pretty awesome, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Now you have ratification of it. They have a big smile on their face. This 5-step protocol is a protocol you can use in each one of those 6 sessions, adapting it based on their previous week's experiences and what their goals are for the next week. We can practice and train relaxation every week. It doesn't get boring, it gets good. We can give the same direct suggestions, or we can implement new direct suggestions based on difficulty they may have noticed. We can anchor the same sleep cues or new sleep cues. We can future pace success. And just like you did well last week, you can do well next week also. And again, taking time to rehearse sleep, sharing that trance space with our clients.